Hey everybody, I just did a Facebook Live video, my Friday Mom Fails, and the audio and the video were completely out of sync. So I'm re-recording it so that you can watch it again and get the audio with the video. So today's topic is Friday Mom Fails Halloween edition, and I wanted to share a story with you about my daughter's first Halloween, which also represented my first Halloween as a mom. And let me tell you, the expectations were in overdrive. In my mind, I had created this Halloween where we were going to have a family costume. I don't know, in my mind, I thought we were going to be going to all the parties and just living it up on Halloween. And that happened and it didn't happen. So let me set the stage for you. When Halloween rolled around, my daughter was a little over 6 months, and I created this family costume idea. So I was living my dream. My husband and I were Ghostbusters because we joked that my daughter could be Slimer because she was spitting up all the time. And then I thought, no, that's not cute enough. I don't want to dress my adorable baby up as Slimer. So then I had the idea that she could be a little ghost and we would still be Ghostbusters. So I went all in, created our very own Ghostbusters costumes, complete with using a dustbuster and a backpack as like the ghost sucking machine. And my best friend and I made tutus for our daughters who were similar in age. She made these adorable onesies that had ghost eyes and mouths on them, and they were so cute. And then we were invited to a Halloween party, so it was like, woohoo! Finally, we can show off this great family costume. And then 2 days before the party, my daughter had her 6-month well check appointment. And I have mentioned previously that my daughter was always sick at her well check appointments, which I thought was a failure, learned it wasn't. And guess what? This well check was no different. She had a double ear infection. She had to get on antibiotics, and I thought, oh my gosh, Halloween is ruined. Like, what? She can't be sick on Halloween. This is so sad. What about our party? What about our costumes? And so when the party rolled around, she'd been on antibiotics for 2 days, fever free, seemed to be feeling well enough to go to a party. Again, she's 6 months old. And so we went to the party where there were a couple of other families who also had young babies, and they were all in costume. Not a single one of them was loving their costume. My husband and I were the only ones in costume as adults, and then of course I got in my head about that. But we still had a good time, and it was then that I started to kind of get the thought that maybe all of these expectations for Halloween were more about me than my daughter. But don't worry, I didn't let that stop my expectations. So Halloween rolls around. It was a work day. I was in the office. It was still when I was commuting about an hour with traffic. And I had just taken on a new role. I was so excited. I was in a new department and I was client facing again. I was an associate project manager and I had been assigned to a project, and we had a client meeting that day. And it started at 3 o'clock. It was supposed to end by 4. That's when I always tried to leave the office, although I didn't really communicate that or actually set that boundary. And the meeting was running long. And it just kept going and going and going. And I was watching the clock and I was getting so stressed out and so anxious about leaving the office for Halloween. I mean, it was my daughter's first Halloween, and I sent myself into an anxiety spiral. I finally literally ran out of the office at 4:30. I was in tears. I picked her up from daycare. It took us over an hour to get home. I was freaking out. I thought Halloween is ruined. She's going to remember this forever. And then we got her in her costume because, of course, as a new mom, Halloween meant like multiple costume changes for my 1-year-old. I think she had, not one, 6-month-old. I think she had 3 costumes that year. And as I was getting her dressed in her costume, I started thinking, wait a second, she goes to bed at 7. We're not trick-or-treating. Wait a second. She can't even walk, so we're definitely not trick or treating. Wait a second. All she eats is breast milk and sweet potatoes and oatmeal and peaches and whatever other baby food she was having at the moment. So, why do I even care about trick or treating? And I took a deep breath and I realized that I had been building up all of these expectations about what I wanted Halloween to mean to me as a mom. And I had been putting all of this pressure on myself. And the person that I thought I was doing it for, my daughter, was only 6 months old. She was never going to remember this. She would see pictures and then she still wouldn't even remember it. And so I took a breath and I let myself calm down and we took pictures and I stopped beating myself up and Halloween was fine. So if you're going into this weekend and you have a baby or a young child who's, let's say, less than 2, take a deep breath and give yourself a break, because guess what? Your baby has no expectations, 0 expectations about Halloween. And if they're 6 months old, then they definitely don't have any expectations. And I would take this perspective into the rest of the year with all of the other holidays, with Thanksgiving and Hanukkah and Christmas and Kwanzaa, all of it. And remember that your baby doesn't expect anything from you. They don't even know what these holidays are. And they love you no matter what, whether you're sitting on the couch together, whether you're laying on the floor, whether you are all dressed in matching outfits, or whether you're wearing your pajamas. It does not make a difference to them. Remembering that really helped me through the rest of the holidays in the early years. Not to say I didn't try to throw off a Pinterest-worthy background for pictures when my daughter turned 1. That was another #momfail. But it helped me keep things in perspective. And I still carry that with me a little bit today. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a part of me in the back of my mind who thought that family costumes were adorable. And sometimes I wished we were the family who always followed a theme. But you know what? Nobody in my family cares about that. Only I do. And then I just stress out about it and want it to be perfect and spend hours trying to figure out what's our family costume personality. So you know what? This year, I don't even have a costume yet. That is so unlike me. So I think I'm just going to wear a unicorn onesie that I wore for New Year's Eve. It'll keep me warm. I already have it. I don't have to spend any money. Done. My daughters don't match. One of them is going to be a vampire. No, she's not. She's going to be a werewolf. My bat ears are really confusing me right now. She's going to be a werewolf from Zombie. The other one's going to be a mermaid because that's what her friend is going to be. And my husband isn't dressing up at all because guess what? He doesn't care. And so this year, I don't care either. Doesn't matter. We're going to take this day and enjoy it like any other day. And we're going to have some pre-made treat bags of sealed candy so that we can have a COVID-safe Halloween. And I am going to do my best to carry this perspective and this attitude with me throughout the rest of the year for every other holiday so that I can enjoy the time with my family, the time reflecting on what's important to me, and really letting myself have fun without building up all of these expectations, which so often are resentments waiting to happen. At least that's what Brene Brown says, and I completely agree. So thanks everybody for watching. Again, have a safe Halloween. Keep your expectations in check. Take a deep breath. Enjoy the moments and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care. Bye.